Welcome back to Slumber Stories. Tonight, our journey deepens as we gather the companions who will join us. The daring Lord John Roxton and the cautious Professor Summerlee. Picture the fog-shrouded docks of London, the rumble of a departing steamship, and the thrill that stirs in Malone's chest as new allies step into his life. Chapter 3. The Mysterious Mr. Ewing. When Challenger extended his invitation, he named two witnesses. Lord John Roxton, an aristocrat with eyes like a hawk's, and Professor Summerlee, whose calm skepticism was as famous as Challenger's thunderous assertions. My assignment was to secure them both. I tracked Roxton to a private club off Pall Mall, where the faint strains of a string quartet drifted from the ballroom, and the scent of polished mahogany hung in the air. Through the panelled doors, I found him in a back parlour, feet propped on a low table, regaling an attentive circle with tales of Amazonian jungles and caiman hunts. "Malone, old chap," he called, springing to his feet and offering a firm grip. He towered over me, lean and tanned, with a grin that promised mischief. "Challenger's assembled the strangest crew. Dinosaurs in modern times. By Jove, I'll believe it when I see it." He poured us both a glass of claret, deep ruby gleaming in the lamplight, and we toasted to adventure or oblivion. His swagger was infectious, and I felt the last of my London restraint fall away. Next, I needed Summerlee. The professor's rooms were in the university quarter, a quieter walk past the stone columns of the British Museum. I found him in his study, spectacles perched at the end of his nose as he inspected a trilobite fossil under a magnifier. "Malone," he said without looking up, voice measured, "you come with impossible tales of living stegosaurs?" I placed Challenger's letter on his desk. He studied the handwriting, then me, with cool detachment. "I'll go, if only to prove Challenger mad. But mark my words, I shall not be fooled." With both men pledged, I left them assembling their kit, rods, ropes, rifles, and instruments, each piece clicking into place like links of a chain that would bind us together on that plateau of legend. Our final meeting took place in the Reform Club's wood-panelled drawing room, famous for statesmen's whispers and storied debates. Crystal decanters lined the sideboard, and outside the windows gaslight pooled on cobblestones. Challenger presided at the head of a long table, Roxton to his right, Summerlee to his left, and I at the foot with my notebook ready. The walls were hung with ancestral portraits, silent witnesses to our pact. Challenger's voice rang out. "Australia has kangaroos, Africa has lions, South America shall astonish the world with living dinosaurs." He tapped a chart illustrating our route, down the Amazon, then inland to the Mato Grosso Plateau. Roxton leaned forward, tracing the line with his finger. "We sail in a fortnight. I've arranged for a steamship to Belém, then a riverboat upstream." He smiled, eyes alight. "I've also hired Pedro and Gomez, guides who know the jungle like their own backyards." Summerlee grunted. "I hope my constitution can endure humidity and fever, but I shall not be swayed by theatrics." His calm clipped the air, and Challenger waved him silent with a flourish of his hand. We passed around leather-bound journals, Challenger's field notes, Roxton's sketches of cavorting caimans, Summerlee's meticulous lists of scientific apparatus. Each man, each mind, brought a crucial piece to our expedition puzzle. As dusk deepened, glasses were drained and formal farewells exchanged. I tucked away Challenger's business card, its gilt edges still gleaming, and felt the weight of what lay ahead. Tomorrow, provisions would be shipped. The next day, we would gather at the Thames to board our vessel. Late that night, I reflected on the unlikely fellowship now formed. Challenger's stormy genius, Roxton's roving courage, Summerlee's measured doubt, and my own burning hunger for truth. Together, we would leave the ordered avenues of London behind. Our route would take us past bustling docks, down rivers choked with lilies, through emerald jungles where unseen eyes watched our progress. We would trek to the plateau's edge, where time itself seemed to pause amid ferns taller than men. Rest now, dear listener, and let your mind wander to creaking ships and distant horizons. Imagine the river's flow beneath a star-bright sky, the hush of the jungle pressing close. Tomorrow we set sail. Until then, sleep well and dream of ancient giants stirring in hidden worlds. Good night.